Hey, folks. Welcome to our deep dive into a topic that hits close to home for many of us, affordable housing. We're breaking down the showdown between the National Association of Home Builders (NAHB) and the U.S. Department of Energy (DOE). We will also talk about Flood Disclosure Tracker. So, here's the scoop. NAHB is calling out the DOE, saying their regulations are throwing a wrench into the gears of creating affordable housing. In a testimony before the U.S. House Committee on Small Business, NAHB Chairman Alicia Huey, a custom home builder from Birmingham, Alabama, laid it all out. Alright, let's get into the nitty-gritty. According to Alicia, residential construction is already one of the most regulated industries out there, and the DOE is just adding more to the mix. She's saying, hey, government policies, ease up a bit. Now, here's where it gets interesting. Alicia pointed to a DOE proposal that wants manufacturers to revamp their operations to make new transformers. But get this, the current transformer game already has an 18 to 24 month backlog. That's like ordering pizza and having to wait 2 years. To tackle this, NAHB is backing up H.R. 4167, the Protecting America's Distribution Transformer Supply Chain Act. It's like a timeout for the DOE, preventing them from changing energy conservation standards for distribution transformers for 5 years. Gives manufacturers a breather to catch up, you know. But wait, there's more. Alicia is not a fan of the DOE's rule that could ban the sale of most gas cooktop models. She's saying it's a recipe for appliance production delays and higher costs for us, the consumers. Oh, and she's throwing some shade at the Inflation Reduction Act too. Apparently, it's serving up $1 billion in grants to state and local governments for updated energy codes. Alicia's not having it, saying this could jack up home prices by as much as $31,000. Alicia's got a game plan, though. She's calling for a tag team effort from all levels of government to tackle the affordable housing crisis. And step 1. Fix the regulatory process. Alicia's giving a shout out to H.R. 358, the Small Business Regulatory Flexibility Improvement Act. It's like a golden ticket to ensure regulations are small business friendly and actually make sense. Regulations, proposals, and solutions. What are your thoughts on this housing showdown? Drop them in the comments, and let's keep this conversation going. In the next trends, NAR debuts Flood Disclosure Tracker. It's all about educating us and Congress on what's up with the Federal Emergency Management Administration's FEMA plans to shake up the National Flood Insurance Program, NFIP. So, here's the lowdown. NAR teamed up with the Legal Research Center to gather info on existing state disclosure rules. Why? Because there's this legislative proposal nudging states to make us fill out a real estate disclosure form with flood-related questions to snag NFIP benefits. NAR's not vibing with that idea, and they've got some solid reasons. According to their collab with the Legal Research Center, almost every state, we're talking 49 out of 50, plus DC, is already on the ball when it comes to spilling the beans on property conditions. Flood history included. So, NAR's scratching their heads, wondering why the feds want to drop this new form bomb that feels like double work for sellers and not much use for us buyers. Now, NAR's not throwing shade at FEMA just for kicks. They're not fans of this proposed disclosure form that FEMA's waving around. Why? Well, it's like this extra layer of bureaucracy they reckon we don't need. According to NAR President Tracy Casper, it's like slapping on unnecessary red tape to an already complicated process of buying and selling homes. Let's say you're in the middle of this real estate dance, juggling paperwork, negotiations, and probably a bit of stress. Now, FEMA wants to toss in another form for you to fill out. NAR's not having it, saying it's like checking the same box on a different form, redundant much. But hold up, it's not all negativity. NAR's got their eye on something they're down with, the Flood History Information Act. This act is like the cool sidekick that NAR's supporting. It's not about more forms, it's about FEMA spilling the beans directly to us buyers and renters about NFIP claims and disaster aid. Now, that sounds handy, right? NAR's not just saying no to FEMA's form, they're shouting it from the rooftops. Here's the deal, NAR says every state already knows how to handle flood disclosures. No need for Uncle Sam to swoop in with his form and stir the pot. According to NAR, this proposed FEMA form is like trying to fix something that ain't broken. They're all about making things smoother for the 1.5 million realtors and all of us future homeowners. But they're not feeling the love for more paperwork that seems to complicate what's already a complex process. And here's the kicker, NAR's research shows that each state has its own flood disclosure rules, so they're basically saying, let us handle it the way we know best. It's like a team of chefs telling someone with a new recipe, thanks, but we got our secret sauce, no need for extra ingredients. Thanks for joining us. Until next time, subscribe, like and share. Remember, a little less red tape, a little more affordable housing, that's the dream.